Hey everybody, Steven here, and today I'm looking at the Voxpree Voxmini right here. So the company reached out to me, they sent me this and the Pro. I already have the M30, and so with this we're gonna look at this, talk about the specs with it, and then just generally look at these compared to this. I'm gonna save that kind of lineup video for another time. I'm gonna do one where I'm just talking about their lineup and then comparing all of them so you guys can make an informed decision based off of kind of the info that is before you, but also what you're looking for with these. Now this is the M30, we have the Voxpree Mini, and then we have the Vox Pro here. I also have my other two mini massage guns here. I'll just briefly talk about those and kind of do a general comparison, but I want to do a separate video for that as well. That way this doesn't end up being a 2-hour video. Now, looking at their lineup real quick though, this has been the main one I've been using at the house, the M30. I love this thing, the aesthetics, the case, the attachments, because this glides very well on the skin. So we have that. Then we jump over here to the Pro. The Pro, very powerful, right? And in terms of the MSRP here, we're looking at basically 170 here, but you can usually find codes on Amazon. That's a huge plus, is the fact that these sell on Amazon. I'll get to that here in a second, but 170, usually there's codes. Right now it's like $20 off. That doesn't mean when you view this, that may still be the case, but usually there is. $200 with a $25 off code right now. And then the Mini, $100. I did just see a $20 off code, but it's not on there anymore. So this is $100, but if you can find the $20 off code and you buy this at the appropriate time, you can get this for the $80. Now, this right here, obviously a mini massage gun. I love the fact that it has the traveling case. That is a huge plus. And it's interesting what they've been able to do with these, with the ones that I've used. But what makes the Voxmini here different is these are rubberized attachments. They're not the normal big attachments that you find with a lot of these other guns right here, right? So if we're looking at a size difference, right? Vastly different. So that's one of the big things with this, is just the fact that it has this rubberized attachment. It has 3, but let's get into the specs here. That's going to be the main thing, and then I'll kind of give my viewpoint on this. So in terms of the specs, so this has a 2600 milliamp battery. You're looking at about 6 hours of battery use. It has a 10-minute shut off. So if you run this for 10 minutes, it's going to shut off. On the bottom here, you'll find kind of vents, and also on the top to dissipate heat. It has an 8mm actuation distance with this. On the bottom, we're gonna find the USB Type-C, which is how you'll charge this. I love the fact that the minis have gone this route versus the large chargers, because now I can use it with almost anything. And then we'll have the power button. With this, we have 3 different settings. The other mini massage guns I use have 4, so you're missing a setting. But it goes from 1600 up to 2800 RPMs. So level 1 is 1600, then we jump up to 2200, and then we close it out with the 2800 RPMs. Which, for these small sizes, I'm surprised at how much power they pack behind these. It's truly impressive because it is so close. It's not gonna be like the Pro, but for the normal massage guns that you find, it's pretty much the same power for the most part. A lot of them go up to 3200 RPMs with this, but it's really close. So we have that. This is a true LG battery, by the way. I do like that as well. And then for the noise, we have 35 to 40 decibels, and I'll turn it on here in a second. So that's going to round out the settings, the specs. In terms of the attachments, we have the granule head right here, so these little lumps in it. Then we have the flat head right here. And then lastly, we have the round head here. You don't get a bullet with this. That is going to be something different compared to the other ones. And the bullet is really the one that, if you're trying to get into somewhere really, really deep, that's what you're going to need to use. I did see that this also has a 40-pound stall like rate with it. So if you're putting 40 pounds behind it, compared to the other ones, which I've seen usually are 60 to 80, it's super impressive. So 40 pounds of force you're gonna have to put behind this before it actually finally stalls out. I've mentioned this in other videos. I understand that people want to do that and it's your product to buy, but understand that you're potentially wearing out the motor when you do that. The main job of the tool is to do the work, not for you to drive a ton of weight behind it necessarily, because like I said, you'll wear it out. But if you're cool with that and you're gonna buy another one if it wears out anyways, then you can go that route, right? So with this inside of the case, we have the 3 different attachments. We have our USB Type-C cable here, then we'll have our manual with this, and then you have pockets that all of this fits inside of, which I like that right there. Everything just slides in. Very, very travel friendly with this. So let's look at the NACOT here though, really quick in terms of the case. Right, this is smaller, and that's the biggest difference, is the fact that this doesn't protrude out. This ends up being smaller, right, with that. So very unique, just different than the other ones that I've used with this. I do like the look of this case more, I will say that. The darker gray, but it's just the case. It's not like it's something that you're kind of showing off with this. So we have that. Let's turn this thing on though. Hold down the button. That's level 1, level 2, and then level 3. So going from the 1622 to the 2800 RPMs, it's not very loud, obviously. When you're looking at, and I've mentioned this in other videos, the jigsaw attachments, those get so loud you can't talk over them. Now with use, it feels really good. And these like silicone rubber attachments here feel good on the skin, but with clothes, the one thing I have noticed is that it has a tendency to potentially grip that and pull that more. So it's something to be mindful of. As it comes up, you can see here where the other ones are gonna just kind of glide across that a little bit better. Not a massive difference, but it's something I can definitely tell there is a difference. And it feels really good. My big thing here is on the neck, feels good, all that, but if I'm trying to pinpoint tissue, this won't do quite as well as these other attachments where you're wanting that bullet. And that's gonna look like this right here. And I can't swap these out, where with this is basically the same size as you're gonna find with any of these, so you could just put in a different attachment with it. So this has that same kind of rubber silicone head to it as well. But something to be mindful of if that's something that you really need. This may not be the product for you, but if you're just needing kind of these general overall ones, I think this is a great buy. Slim form factor with this, and the battery life at 6 hours, I mean, that's gonna last you a while. I always think if I'm going out of state to go to a certification, can I bring this with me and it'll last me the whole time I'm there? Certs are usually 2 to 4 days. At the end of the day, I'm gonna use this for X amount of time in the airport or something like that. It should be good, right? Or if I'm in the car or anything like that. So very, very solid. And like I said, the USB Type-C is a big plus in my opinion, because now I'm not messing with these other ones where we're looking at a larger thing to mess with to charge it. You won't have that. But you won't have the same amount of attachments that this comes with. The big thing with the M30 here is the amount of attachments is actually greater. So with this one we get what, 6? 5, sorry. No, 6. You get 2 more than the normal 4. The normal 4, you're looking at the soft dome, we're looking at the flat overall, you look at the bullet, and then you look at the U that goes around the neck. But this one actually has a flat head and a round head that has like some type of metal on the outside of it, so it glides along the skin very, very well. So it really, like I said, boils down to what are you looking for. I mentioned that at the beginning with the prices though, but the big draw for me is, does this sell on Amazon? If I'm looking at the NACOT and the Recover Fun, this is the Recover Fun right here, they do not as of right now, right? Similar price, you're looking anywhere from $80 to $100, but you're gonna have to pay for shipping. It may take a week, week and a half to get to you. If I'm gonna look at this, I'm getting it off of Amazon, 2 days. You do have a 30-day guarantee on this as well. These other ones do have 30-day guarantees, so don't worry about that. But the process of returning this is going to be potentially much easier. Just send it back to Amazon, right? Get a replacement and get your refund, whatever it may be with this. So that's the big upside with this is I love when a product sells on Amazon. It's just easier for me to recommend, just because sometimes I've had issues where people like, I bought it from the company and it took 2 months to get to me or whatever it may be. I haven't had necessarily an instance with this. I've had it more on the tech channel that I do, but that always does make me a little bit weary when you're seeing that, yeah, this thing isn't coming from within the US, it's shipping from somewhere else, whether that's Europe, China, India, wherever it may be. It just presents a level of wariness with it, because you don't know if you're going to get that product, especially with everything that's going on right now in the world. So huge plus in my opinion. And I've used all of these products and I like all of them. I haven't had too many that I really didn't like with the massage guns. And that's where it boils down to the upside that you're seeing with these. That's going to boil down to what attachments do you need? What's the level of power that you need? What is your price range that you can actually deal with, or what are you looking to spend on one of these, right? And then another upside on top of that is, where is it coming from? So this has me really excited to share with you guys because of it selling on Amazon. But I'm going to do a comparison video. I'm going to talk about the 3 different mini ones here in that video. If there's any questions you guys have on this, let me know in the comment section, because I want to make sure that I actually address those for you with this. And then I'm going to do the review on the Voxpree, the unboxing review for this. And then I'm going to do my comparison of their lineup here. They have one other gun that I don't have, so I'll just deal with these 3 right here and then showcase the specs with these, but also my thoughts behind them. That way you guys can make an informed decision on which one is going to be best for you with this. So that is going to be it for this one. I do like this thing. I like the compact size. I like the actual attachments with this. It's different. It's exciting to see something different now at this point, because a lot of these do end up looking the same with this in terms of the attachments that they have, and even the look for the most part, right? The look ends up being very, very similar in a sense. So when somebody does something a little bit outside of the box, it gets me excited to see maybe this takes other companies in a new direction to explore with this. So that's going to be it for this video, everybody. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.